I think. So there's Mike. There's Jaco. There's Gavin. Here, go ahead and do that. And then Gretchen will just put you out. Thanks, buddy. All right. Is he? So, where'd you go back to get this at?
So you don't
Yeah.
have to, or
I'll probably just place it on the bottom.
So many people are having this right now, like temporary. So it's probably either a pubic bone, believe it or not, or it could be anterior femur head.
like for example,
So go ahead and we're going to start on your back since we got to do your hips anyway. So you can sit yourself here or here, whichever works
Say that
for you.
first part again.
like the tempering, when you
Oh, yeah,
do what's
yeah,
called
you're
static
good.
tempering,
All right, so let's have you lie on
it
your
holds
back,
it to a
okay?
position for so long.
Yes.
It gives, the body can only withstand so much pressure for so long. And then what ends up
Alright.
happening is
Alright, so
it'll
let's see
help
what we got.
reset that
See,
area.
feel that already?
So
That's a piece of it,
but what
and then
we're
that there
gonna
makes
do
that
is
mad,
more
and then
of,
it makes that mad.
where we're always going to
Right?
keep it moving,
So,
we're going to do
just put your
tempering
hands right here.
It's almost like an ischemic roll.
My shoulder
Where
is
you're
like,
taking away the oxygen for a second and kind
Yeah,
of a
bicep tendon.
Yes,
And then
I
also,
like how you're saying
you
that,
also have a-
because you get,
right
you're
below
getting
that, you have a
technical, which is
bursa
good.
right there.
I like to,
So
when I'm
you
doing
can
my
actually
trainings
ice
for
that
people, because I
bursa,
do a
which
lot of
is
training
basically
for
a bag of
multiple
water,
different
right?
levels of
Your
practitioners,
tendon goes over.
chiropractors, PTs.
That makes sense? So
athletic
what I'm going to
trainers, so on and
start
so on.
with is I'm going to start resetting this
yes,
here. Because
so
that's
this
the thing is I'm
slipped
trying
this
to
way,
lose the
and that's caused
affectation
additional
of
tone
the
here,
the
and then
scholastic
soreness in
retard.
here a lot of
Yeah.
times too.
Well,
And sometimes here.
Because you have to like
Yeah.
make it
So, and everybody's just a little
palatable.
different,
You want
right?
to make it
So
palatable.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to use
Yeah.
the
You
weight
You want to be able to
that
make
is
it
bring your
presentable
palm
when
up
you're
just
like
like that.
talking to a board of medical
And then
directors
we're
or
going to
something
bounce
like
off
that,
your
right?
bicep.
You also
Okay,
always
now.
be able to do the
Where's all that
language
tension
like
at?
you're talking to these
No,
guys,
what?
like you're talking.
Do you know
Which these
find
guys
that
know their
for
bodies pretty
strongman?
well, but
Because
then
most you
also
guys
for the
can't
masses,
extend.
like they're not going
So
to
most
hear.
chiropractors all
Like
do
the way
is
he
extension
talks
and
is
pull,
great for
which is
different things,
not,
but
it does
also
not feel very good, especially if
becomes
you
a
have
wow
bicep
factor, but
tear,
also
right?
becomes a factor of
So I thought, how can I go ahead
don't
and
know what
spring the
he's talking about,
joint?
so why pay attention?
Bring it over,
So then
and
you have
When you have that
also
feeling that
slide
somebody's
it
trying to
where it
talk
needs
over
to
your
go.
head.
Yes,
Isn't that
because you
magical?
need to be able to. I like people to
Nothing
visualize what
Isn't
they're
that cool?
doing and what they're receiving. So you got to.
So there's all kinds of things like
has
that
to be
that I've
geared
done,
towards like.
that I've created.
So I always
for
think
strongman,
tempering is easy.
and
The
people,
body can only
people
handle
have no idea.
can only handle
you know?
so much
So
pressure
my
at any
blood
given
sugar
amount of
was like-
time.
you did
If
something
we're looking
like
at trigger points,
Yeah, your
we're
blood
in
sugar
certain
dropped 80
areas,
points.
We're
Nobody
going to
believes
pressurize
No,
that area to.
yeah, but it's
just
cool
like
because
trigger
Nathan
point
was there.
therapy.
Nathan's not going to
the
tell
area that
stories,
allowed to rush
you
in.
know?
And
So
that's
don't
going
put this
to
on your
alter and
head.
change
I'm gonna
the cellular
spread this
structure
area
of
a
that
little
or
bit,
the fast binding
just
of
like
that,
that.
so on and so on. So it's
Then-
that's where it kind of dives into that stuff, which will.
Here. Gotta get the
I end up going down rabbit holes a lot,
Right.
so I
feel
try
that
not to
right
do
there?
that, but at the same
Gotta
time.
get a long just.
Yes. Well,
Collarbone?
and that's, so I'll watch all that, but
And then we're going to slide this.
Yeah, I was
on the
holding it in the
disc.
short term just
So
because
we're
the
actually
dynamic
sliding your
of me kind of like shifting around the room is
femoral
going
head back in
for
there.
it just
Then we're going to set the
what we'll
AC
do
joint.
is
This is partly shoulder blade.
We'll set that up.
Yeah.
Now move that around.
I'll set this one up too.
No worries.
I've got my
I got
multiple
Yeah,
stands
isn't that cool?
too.
So now, to make this balanced, I have to check
Oh,
this
yeah,
side.
you might have-
Because if I don't, then your sternum can shift, and then your log press is off. Right? Now, you notice there's nothing here,
Yeah.
right? So I don't have to just automatically bang things
Other
around.
batteries
I'm
going
gonna
on.
take this for your bicep tendon. Okay? So we're gonna take this right here, put that there. Take your other collarbone. And then we're gonna take this and bend this here just a little bit. You feel that release in the elbow? Isn't that crazy?
We need to
Definitely
drill some holes in the walls.
Open.
Straight, yeah.
But at the same time, nothing that we do is going to cause weakness. Every other, and this is what, you know, the big thing I'm trying to teach universally to my chiropractic colleagues, especially with you guys, is not to cause you to have a reflex of that causes less muscle fibers to be recruited.
Yeah.
And almost every chiropractic doctor out there does not take that in consideration.
Yeah.
So this is why it's specific to strength athletes. And so if we can just get them to learn it. But see, the thing is, they spend $300,000 to be a chiropractor, and they say, we already know it. All right, now you see how that's halfway up?
Yeah.
That's typical of the pubic. If this one goes all the way up, then we know it's pubis. It's actually not. You feel it's tight on both sides. Internal rotation. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to poke in here, and this may be sore or tickle. All right?
Immediately.
I know. But you feel that? That's the humeral head slipping anterior. All right? So we'll come over here. Now that one's not near as bad.
So
All right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to tighten this up a little bit. There's ways of internally rotating and setting it, but it seems like you have a little rotation in there, so I don't have to bang it around. So I'm going to push right in through here, right on the top of that. And then what I want you to do is take that knee and bring it towards me. Just like that. We're going to do the same kind of thing. Oh! Oh! Table's stuck on me. All right, try again. What the hell is going on? It worked the first time, didn't it?
I wouldn't saw it.
No, right? All right, sorry, Jocko.
now it's too
I seriously. All right, put it back down and then up. There. That had some vibrato. All right, now feel the difference here, and look at the internal rotation. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
Now we'll see if that changed this also. Look at that.
I can feel it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well then that suggests we'll do something similar. So go ahead and bring this knee up. Okay, now let's try it again. Different? Okay, now give me a hand. Let's up you go.
Yeah.
All right, now walk around and tell me if that spot in that low back is still pinchy.
Try to get to where we got both of us.
I can still feel it.
Okay, so that tells me that your sacrum still has some issue. Right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do. It jumps you pretty good. That's all sacrum, you know? Sacrum, Sacral. So now, you got a left PIEX. And I've got you all set up for that. So I'm going to take this. This side typically burns. Okay. Let's try to drop, what do you say?
I'll just show you really quick, so just stay relaxed.
You see how much different that drop makes?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, you all right?
Let it go.
Bust your nuts?
Crank it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
get it
know,
in.
it's
Big
a
as
little bit
bad.
of change.
Yeah. Are you good?
This is a 20 pounder, but the common one I use is a 50 or 80 or 100.
Is it settling down?
This
No, not yet.
traveling, and you'll see.
Where you get it at?
If I just
In the side?
Yeah, on the
Oh,
side.
okay. Hang on.
Trap. So they're also
Oh,
so I'm
okay, I'm not hitting too hard. I know.
If I want to come in,
Okay,
so
there you go.
I'm a guy, and these guys are pretty big, and sorry if that grabbed your neck.
Okay, settle.
That gnarly, and that gnarly will tell you to stay off of them, but this is good for hamstrings, quads, everything.
Yeah.
So
I think it's been out for a minute.
And then I want to
What do you think?
twist the neck,
Just maybe?
pin and twist down.
All right, so I'm going to take this. You settle down?
Hold
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
20
So
seconds,
now,
30 seconds, or whatever.
I'm going to take this.
The thing to do is-
Then,
So turn your head to the
take
right,
this.
and then back to center.
I'll slide this here. There you go. Perfect. Wow. No spasm on that though, huh? Okay.
I'm not putting a lot of pressure on you. These guys.
So what I'm doing now is just kind of letting it settle in.
And I pull it in. Now it's so now.
Then, you're going to pull this out and bring your heavy. Okay, gotcha. And then I'm going to take both of these and then I'm going to try and de-stress this for you. Feel that open?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I can spin that L5
density.
just a little bit over. It shouldn't take much. There you go. Feel that movement?
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody feel how that moves, wiggles now?
It'll change it. But you imagine these.
No?
I can't feel it.
You what?
I can't feel it.
Can't ya? Well, good thing I can. So, that's a win. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
So you're basically just not.
Just by getting in here.
Connection.
And
That's not,
Yeah.
okay.
That could be really, really cool.
taking all that pressure out of your
Well, that's the
out of
point,
your
is to try
hips.
to get as big a fucking hole as possible.
And then, you see how I'm not using a lot of force, because I got most of the issue gone.
Rectus femoris, right? So
These are ribs. That goes all the way to the chest. So now, you are lightening up there, or easing up. So let's turn your head to the left.
Crazy.
Yep. so I'm gonna drive this straight down and back. Yes, and center.
Oh, yeah, you can feel it once you get
Alright.
used to it.
And then we gotta get that out of there.
So now,
PR, consistent, so nose to your right this time.
trigger point effect
Side
and
move.
the muscles in the quads.
Good, and center.
2 inches from the patella.
And you hear it, just click, click.
Laying down.
Alright, now, you may feel this release in the back of your throat.
Changes from standing.
You feel that? So,
Talk about
I mean, you couldn't feel the other thing, so I'm just, not sure. Alright, so let's do nose to the right for me.
here.
Right, uh-huh.
You're gonna go medial.
And
or
chunk,
lateral.
table.
Not too bad at all, so I go ahead and go 2 more inches.
Good
up.
chunk.
Medial,
Good, and
lateral.
center.
Now it's gonna get lateral tension.
Look at that.
Felt like Joel.
Oh my gosh, yes.
TFL, you'll come off the vastus lateral.
Alright, so got a little angry spot here, it's a binding of the rib. So let's turn your nose to the right again. And I'm gonna take this and you feel this in your chest. Okay? And center. Did ya?
Yes, yeah.
It's cool when you can call your shots in pool, isn't it?
Because
Oh yeah, dude. Feel the difference in that? So much better. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this out.
to get them to where
And
they're
then where's this one? Okay,
back
so
out.
go ahead and lift your right leg backward, please.
Yeah. And
Nice. How about the other one
some
now?
of this may be tender, so.
How's that feel?
But,
Feels good.
Feel like brand new, baby. Alright, so let's have you hop up and move around just a little bit.
a lot of times too, like when I'm tempering people, especially in in-house, I'm gonna be asking for feedback. I'm gonna let them tell me where it's intense at. So go ahead and move it right there.
Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
You out of there?
Feels a lot better.
Good. Do you notice it at all now?
I do like to flush out.
Yeah, little.
And just like move out.
I'll tell you what, let's do your ankles real quick. So let's have you sit here, and we'll put a push here, okay? So butt there, foot, like a heel, there. Alright? And so what we're gonna do, just make sure that that's moving too. Take some of the pressure out of the entire kinetic chain. And so we've got most of the pressure out there. This actually doesn't look terrible, but I'm just going to put it as well. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and get the other foot. You see how that one goes the other way.
So it's actually a inflammation area of the stress, because our cellular response is always producing fluid. So what we want to do is have healthy cells that can produce fluid. But
A little bit.
Fluid is sticky or it has a little bit more in there.
Try walk around now. And see if that didn't clear out the rest of it.
Because when we get into post-op treatments and stuff, we talk about the response and why things do what they do.
Feels good.
Clear it?
Yeah, I feel so.
Don't you think that's wild?
It is. I don't know what to do, but do it.
Makes you happy, don't it? That's awesome. Well, I got your shoes right over there, buddy. So we'll go ahead and let you and Mike and Gavin figure out some other stuff. So pretty much cleared out most of the symptoms that he has. Maybe just a little bit angry at L5, but we went ahead and cleared out his ankles and his calves and that finished things. Yeah, don't get hit by the fan.
Yeah.
Gavin's really worried about Tom too coming in. How's that feel?
Feels a lot better.
Good.
I've been to a physio and stuff, but
Yeah.
good at anything.
Yeah, well, the neat thing is like, Mike and I, we always talk about it, we synergize really well. So now you'll be able to go ahead and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And Mike, I don't know, man, he's got just a little shoulder stuff clean up and L5 sacrum. He did have anterior femur heads, so I don't know if that changes your thought process on anything. So, but I didn't have to punch him in the pubis. So it was a good day for him.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's right.
You're gonna be our trial on this. I really don't think this is gonna work at all.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, do it, Mike. Do it, Mike. Come on. No, do it. Listen, it's for YouTube.
It's gonna water.
Come on.
That's the line.
Let's see what
Then I
happens.
get caught on it.
Yeah.
Kill the fan.
Do you want the fan killed, Mike?
Yeah, I'll
Yako, you want the fan killed?
I'm only doing it while we got our
No.
tallest member.
You might take your shirt off.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, shoulder, all that stuff, low back, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's basically where we find now, because it's pretty much clear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, alright. Go ahead and I'll just have you lay your back. Scoot down just a little bit.
Did you see why you have to have a big table, Gavin?
Oh, 100%. I actually have a huge table that I got that was an Earthlight, but
Yeah, you may have to rethink that.
it's very sturdy, but the problem is that it's very sturdy.
Because it's super sturdy.
The greatest part
There's
is
a lot of it.
this is also
I don't know.
It definitely feels better, but you feel how that's stuck, like I can cave in, see how that angle here, and then right here, I'm pushing your shoulder.
You know what he's talking about?
Still
Yeah.
going forward. So what it's done is your pec major is loaded, then your pec minor, medial attachment, it's still tight. So we come in here, and I always go off the sternum, I feel your sternum first, and sometimes I'll just feel your ribs, like where they're coming out,
Okay.
and then press down, and like, this hand goes down, this hand stops, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, remember what I told you about how I want to go ahead and work on both sides to balance out your sternum,
Yeah.
right? And make sure it's good. All the physio work that you've had done
Yeah.
has all been one-sided most likely. And
Yeah, it does.
they didn't add that into the mix. And so now me and Mike's going to play cleanup.
Yeah, did you feel that? That just shifted.
Will he fill up with air or will there be water coming out?
There'll be a lot of air.
You're pumping him like a water pump.
Followed with water.
Water. Gavin said he was thirsty.
Oh, did we need to contact somebody about that one, by the way?
No, well,
Right here. See it now, it's shifting.
not at the moment anyway.
I'll move that arm around. It should start feeling light. It's a lot lighter. What that is that's joint breathing. So now I come in, press, it's almost exactly the same. So it's this pattern on rotating the humor in there, what it's doing. Same thing he's doing. He's changing the nerves, right? Now we're dealing with the feedback, the sensory stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm moving things rapidly. I'm actually, when I come back in here and squeeze where your radial nerve
Yeah, I
is,
can see that.
yeah, your brain starts thinking about this. It bypasses this.
Okay.
So when I start doing that, and I do those squeezes, I'm making your brain connect here, saying, I'm not worried about this.
Yeah.
So what happens is now all the muscles in here, you feel my fingers, they move. Like I'll go one direction here, come back and I move here, come back and move here, you know, that kind of stuff. What I'm doing is, your brain's not thinking of this. So go ahead and take your arm back for me. I'm gonna maintain pressure. I'm gonna maintain a lot of pressure. You're just getting freaking thicker and thicker, aren't you? In a good way, because I can tell that you're leaner this year. Yeah, you're definitely leaner this year, that's good. One more time. Beautiful. Come up. Now, go ahead and come down to the table with your elbow. Okay, you're good there. Big deep breath. And exhale. Remember, just maintain that, let it keep relaxing. I'm compressing carries major and minor. The crossover where the viewer head here turns and it goes forward like that. The mechanics and everything on the inside come all the way up to here. You know how well it's not up right here, right? So if I come in here and I collapse teres major and minor. So the teres major and minor, they're stabilizers also. They like to put us in one position and hold us there. So with his shoulder, I call it crowning. When they come around to the front, we come in here and we push that, collapse it, because that teres major and minor also wraps around the tricep. So when we're wrapped around the tricep and we're doing a lot of overhead pressing, everything from here is already telling everything to basically step in here. So it draws the muscle here, makes the tricep origin tighter, teres major and minor pinches over it, everything goes, and it locks all the way to the elbow. So if I can press them all, hit the low overhead point, move that arm around, it opens up everything to the posterior side. If we want to go deeper, then we go into, there's a nerve that runs right down the side here. Yep. So if I come in here, I'm not using any lotion on you. Why am I doing this to you? I'm just ripping your skin.
No, I don't feel it.
Okay, let me grab it just a little bit.
Hey, go back to skin ripping. I was getting ready to take a picture.
Get this on.
Dad,
I'm
come
getting
in.
bleed and
Man, tell you
You're a
what,
good sport about
I was
it.
just taking a picture. The bleeding comes later.
Yes.
Go ahead and get back in there, Gavin, like you're looking,
Yeah, there we go.
like you were. You actually learned
So,
something, right?
do you care if I use you for a second? For learning?
Easy now.
So take your hand, press right there, pretty good pressure, and roll down his ribs, which ribs always suck, right? So you can feel this, right? It's like you can feel the muscles, like there's one,
Yeah, they're like
there's
rivets.
one, but feel in between them, and feel all that, the really small nodules, right? So that's forms of fascial lining. Those are inflammation responses in there that are starting to get real sticky. So we can do a couple different things. Go ahead and latch on. Like if we wanted to, we can mind later. So this is heated. I don't want to say anything incriminating, you know, no.
Especially know when the cameras are rolling.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot the other one's running. Yours is running too, Mike.
It is.
I can feel it.
Yeah. So just releasing even up here, one, he's going to breathe better, so he's going to have a quicker recovery because we can get oxygen in better. I do a lot of rib work on athletes,
That's good.
just for endurance,
One of
because
the
they recover
cardio
so much
units.
quicker.
You're gonna have to drag us over to South Africa just to hang out with you and the sheep.
Start feeling
right?
that, how it's moving.
The sheep's.
Oh, yeah.
So even doing that, like having the smooth out there, I can come in here, I'm gonna roll under him, pull away, roll farther under, pull away, start cleaning out that nerve, right? And all those sensory feedback nerves, I believe I brought a meridian massager, so I wanted to talk to you about that too. Not necessarily, well, for day of, it's really good, but I'll show you some really cool stuff you can do with that. Now, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna roll him over. Oh, no, you're good.
You need help?
Yep. No, I need his weight. So, yeah, just relax, sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're good. And now, I'm coming right off his spine. I'm about T3, 4, 5, about, maybe a little bit higher. I'm just gonna press in, up. There's those sensory nerves, those feedback. I'm just gonna bring a scap to it, and away. Gosh, your arms are getting heavy, man. You're gonna be fucking out.
It's not easy, there is someone else that can talk.
He's like trying bringing him around every day.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll move that around. I should have had you grab his arm, Doc. Gosh, dang, I know. How's that starting to feel? Now take both arms back for me. Oh. So this effect, when he crowns a lot, we still want that scap to go here. You really want to open up, pull away just a little bit. Okay, it's gonna pin against him because the muscles and everything are here, but we really want it to be a little bit down. I mean, we don't have to change his structure. We don't want to do that right now.
Yeah,
Just
especially
the
right before show.
But
Just the engagement.
yeah, but he is with that 3 days out, right? So you can loosen up the area today, but after today, we're getting to the point where you're falling into that. It's almost like day of. So yeah,
You had the knock-on effects happening during.
yeah. So we're just gonna stretch this a little bit. And then mechanic-wise, I mean, he was already good mechanically, but now mechanically with flow, we're looking at his arms to be about the same. And you can just see right there just how much pec minor. Well, it's probably some of the pec minor, but still a lot of it is the pec. I'm looking right through here too. A lot of the stuff I do is I try to look at visual symmetry, right? See how this nice starts in flat, and then you can just, yeah, you're right. So it comes here. You gotta think of the multiple directional of the pec too, because now you got multiple fiber directional. So like if you think of it like that,
Twisting it.
yep. So we can switch to this blade, and this is the stem blade, which is really, really good, because we use a lot of stem and fascial binding, because if you pulse down into the fascial tissue, disperses that buildup.
Right, it's like a reset of the piezoelectric.
Yep.
It feels weird, young.
Oh,
See, I told you.
Yeah, you can see the
You
path.
can see the path.
You wouldn't think it'd be that powerful.
no. Fuck.
Well, and it's under load too, so it's got both.
But see, we love these guys enough that I always tell people, if I hurt you, I love you.
Yeah, 100%.
So I usually say I like you, but if you buy me dinner, then
Yeah, I go say, love me less, will you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought it's finished.
you're good.
He was. He just did a little extra
Oh,
because.
Yeah.
Just so you growl.
Less intense there.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I took taking that tension off. Yeah. I decided to be a little nicer.
Well, it creates a little more thickness, right, to go through.
Yeah. All right, I'll put that on back too.
Yeah, they got this from Amazon, bud. The Amazon, these sheets, Bo.
Yeah.
Still a big boy.
Yeah.
You have a good point though.
What's that?
It's probably just due to the specific motion.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, when you go and you stretch tissue, it thins, right? When it's stretched between joints and all of that. But again, that allows you to get in there, like he's talking about, getting into that fascia, right, Mike?
Yep.
And then go ahead and get that reset. Yeah, you think they would let Mike and I come over and teach chiropractors and massage therapists over in South Africa? What we do? I don't even know if there's a school there.
I have no idea.
Yeah. We could set it up. We could set it up at the farm. We could do it. That would be cool,
Like the good doctors used to.
right?
So if you want to
I
start
wouldn't
getting
mind.
used to tissue, why don't you start just working like what you would do at school in clinics? Start working that side. You're not going to do anything to hurt it, but like go ahead and get into his forearm deep, bicep and all that stuff, and then I'll have you start using a blade on it too. We're going to get hands-on on you. So now you're getting all of us.
Actually, I'll pull this thing over. You go ahead and support that real quick.
I'm from a small town. Like as we have. There's actually 2 physios here. But yeah. Want to have the knowledge of you guys.
Well, but the thing is, it is transferable, and that's the thing that, you know, but you know what, at the same time, not everybody gets it either, Yako. You know, that's part of the problem that we suffer from is, you know, just because these guys get, you know, straight A's off those multiple choice tests doesn't mean they have any skills.
Well, and you're kind of the embodiment of the principle. So you walked it out instead of learning about, but you still got it in you.
But we took it, you know, took the bare minimum that they require, and you learn from the experiences of your athletes and patients, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure when you first stepped out on the farm, you didn't know everything about everything you're doing now,
Definitely not.
right?
Definitely not.
So, how many head of sheep do you have?
We have 4,000 sheep.
That's amazing.
It's really cool.
You got a large crew?
Yeah, we have like, I think it's like 50 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You need me to do anything, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just playing around right now. No, playing, but.
No, that's just for the sheep, and there's the grain and the dairy.
Yeah, because you have to have an operation to feed all that, right? So,
Yeah, we have 50 people in total for all the things.
Admin and all that.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, you probably don't think about it because it's every day now, but you know, somebody on the outside looking at that operation would be like, "Oh my gosh."
And for me, it's like nothing. Like Nathan, if I post photos and stuff, it also always says
Uh-huh.
it looks amazing and stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it looks normal.
Yes, exactly. Well, we hope to be your team next year too. You know, every year it's, you know, we have to re-sign. You know, and
But luckily, you get it each year. You got it each year so far. Well, I was I got here. Was that your first year?
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's first year too. It's 23 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I always tease everybody. It's like, you know, I've been working in strongman since 1998, and so I think 23 years later, I was able to actually be at World's Strongest Man. You know, even though I've taken care of people like, you know, Phil Pfister and Magnus, you know, after he retired, and so, and then just, you know, obviously just a bunch of you guys. You know, not everybody won the title, but it was cool.
You also have to qualify actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's all kinds of things like that,
Walking
right?
people who are not athletes, so you're working on tiny musculature that like doesn't really have any issues besides the hypertension that everybody has from desk work.
It was a lot of that too in our clinics, but then we would have like IndyCar drivers, we'd have baseball players and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, the only real exposure we had to that was a couple of volunteer opportunities, that sort of thing. But
They do, yeah, they do that too, like at the Indiana Wellness College, where you can go to like different races and stuff like that. So that sounds pretty similar, really, to be honest with you.
yeah, and I feel like it's like any good trade, it's gonna be on the job is really where you get your meat and potatoes type stuff, so. So
I'm actually-
anything too sensitive.
I just want to ask you. You know, I can't feel anything.
Okay.
Like it's literally like. I don't know if it has to be
It's a pressure differential, huh?
Yeah, and what I would do is, one, don't screw your wrist up. Right. So think of that first. Think of your body.
Right.
Because you got to get used to, like when I'm working with people, like he's met Caitlin. She's this freaking tall. She's my therapist. That girl will freaking rip you apart. But she uses her body
levers.
mechanics level. So you can come in here, stack your fingers. I do, when I'm trying to pull fibers apart, you'll see like, even in some of my videos that I talk a lot, people are always asking me, where's your fingers? Because I'll come in, load, and I've got 3 different pressures. And I can twist. Like when I'm doing sternum stripping, I'm literally twisting, but here and here, I'm still doing work too. Pulling those fibers apart is different. Coming in on a guy like this, I can add a lot of pressure, keep him in, or I can add consistent forward pressure with just my fingertips, and that's going to increase so much more.
Gotcha.
So if you're doing elbow work, you can come in and do the elbows like this, and also go like that. Come in. So you can use this pressure to guide with this pressure.
Gotcha.
And these guys, it's almost like
You're too strong, dude. I'm used to working on weak people. I need to adjust.
it's almost like just pushing into them to where you're feeling the pressure yourself because they're used to being ripped apart.
Got it.
It's like me, I can't, my wife, she can do these crazy techniques where you can't even feel her, and I'll fall asleep, I'll wake up, I'm like, dang, all the pain's gone. But it's not mentally what I need. I need to be ripped apart.
Right.
Because then I know I put my body through X, and now I'm having someone put me through that same sort of intensity. These guys are used to that intensity, so just
It's almost like a body respect thing. Like
Yes.
the body's used to
Have fun.
having the challenge.
yes. I like
for
to
you.
make them hurt a little
Deep
bit,
pressure.
you know. It's like
And
I
our physio is a woman. I also told her, like, you put on a bit more pressure. She was like that, was she dying?
Trying her best, but
So
not
now
having
we
time.
can dance like anything anymore.
You said the femur heads were pulling forward.
Yeah, he was anterior on the right. Left one wasn't really an issue. So you may have some quad stuff, right?
Yep. I'm rolling the femur down now just to make sure.
But Gavin, do you see how Mike and I end up working somehow on the same kind?
Like your dad introduced me to actually both these, but then
And I don't even do muscle work.
Is the camera on? The cameras are on, so I'm not gonna say what.
No, I turn them off. I turn it off.
Mine's still going, so is, I see that line on there, you're not lying to me.
Oh, jeez, I forgot. That was on. You want me to turn it off?
No, you're fine.
Okay, no, you're fine.
Basically, well, I'll just remind